Hi guys, welcome to Millennial Movie Fan Channel. My name's Tyler. If you guys are new to the channel, hit the like button down below, hit subscribe and the little alert bell. That way you get alerts when I post a new video. It really helps out the channel. Today's movie review is going to be the next installment of the Review the MCU series, Iron Man 3. This movie is directed by Shane Black, written by Shane Black, starring the Iron Man stable of characters, Robert Downey Jr., Gwyneth Paltrow, Don Cheadle, Jon Favreau. Cast is also rounded out by Guy Pearce, Rebecca Hall, and Ben Kingsley. Iron Man 3 is the first movie after the first Avengers movie, so Tony Stark is going through PTSD, and he's struggling with the events of the Battle of New York, and he's worried that another alien invasion might happen and that he's not ready for it. So he's constantly tinkering with his suits and his technology, and he's trying to be prepared for if they come back, which we know happens, and which we also know is like a motivation for his creation accidentally of the villain Ultron in Age of Ultron down the road. So I really like that aspect of this movie. It's probably my favorite part. In this movie, like most of the movies featuring this character, Tony is haunted by his past mistakes, things he's done, and people he's wronged come back to haunt him. And in this movie, that's the case with Aldrich Killian, who is the villain played by Guy Pearce. He had been brushed off by Tony when offered a partnership to work with him, and Tony kind of blew him off, like offended him. And he comes back with a vengeance in this movie. He's also got a history with Pepper, which adds an extra dynamic to it. He comes back into play now in a position of wealth and power, running his own company and having his own technology, and he kind of wants revenge. This movie is divisive for its portrayal of the Mandarin and how it handled that character, played by Ben Kingsley. So in the first half of the movie, he is very reminiscent of the character that, if you read the comics, you know from the comics. He is like the head of a terrorist group, and he's very menacing and very like well composed and spoken, until the twist in the movie happens and you find out he's an actor who is playing a character which is the figurehead of this terrorist group, and he's not the real Mandarin. As a story device, I think that reveal works. It makes sense. It works fine because there's another villain. Aldrich Killian is the overarching villain, and they set that up already within the confines of that movie. In the end, Killian is the overall villain. I feel like if you don't know the character from the comics and the other mediums, then you're not going to Iron Man 3 with these expectations of what it's going to be like, and you're more accepting and forgiving of this reveal that he's not really the super powerful guy, super villain. He's just like an actor. You're able to let go of that and be more accepting of what the movie is providing you as opposed to what you thought it was going to be. And there's just less to forgive that way. But I could totally see how people find the reveal to be silly or disappointing, because it was, and they played it that way a little bit. If you're one of those people that felt that way, you can look forward to Shang-Chi, because I believe the Mandarin is supposed to be in that. It's called like The Legend of Five Rings or something, so that's clearly like a hint towards the Mandarin being in it. So at least they're probably going to give us that version of the character. I know there was a deleted scene too that hinted at the real Mandarin was coming, and he wanted to talk to the actor guy, whatever his name was. They kind of left that there like, hey, he's not the real Mandarin, but the real Mandarin will be back, and he'll be like, you know, him with the five rings or whatever. So maybe in Shang-Chi we'll get the Mandarin that we were all thinking he was going to be. Another criticism on this movie is that Iron Man is without the suit for the majority of the movie, or at least half of the movie, and a lot of the fight scenes too. I like this. I think, again, story-wise, this works to add conflict in the narrative and provide challenges for the main character to overcome and better himself and grow as a character. So I think it wasn't necessary, but I think some kind of conflict was necessary. If you look at Iron Man, it seems like he's always got a solution to everything, and the technology just comes out of nowhere and does all these magical things that it didn't do before, just for a plot device to make it so that he can live to fight another day. This kind of limited him in that way and made him think on his feet and do things differently than we have seen, and really push the envelope with that. So I like that element. I understand that it's Iron Man, you're expecting shit flying from all over, and they had all that. So it was a hard balance to get. I think Shane Black tried something different with this, to have him go without for a lot of the time, to prove that he's the hero, it's not the suit. And if you're nothing without the suit, then you don't deserve to wear it. He says that to Spider-Man in the Spider-Man movie. So I think that part was okay by me too. I think story-wise it worked. But that's my review for Iron Man 3, guys. Tune in on Wednesday for my review of The Godfather 2. And that's going to be a good one. I also have uploaded on the channel now my review of the first Godfather. So if you want to check that out before Godfather 2 or rewatch Godfather 2 for Wednesday, I always advise that you do that because it's more fun. Tune in to my review either way. We're going to have a blast with that, reviewing The Godfather 2. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.